Hello, you guys. It is Tuesday today, which is exciting. That just means that today I remembered that it is my day to do my video. What that also means is I have had a pretty eventful weekend and a fairly mediocre, leaning towards not so fantastic week, even though it's only 3 days into my week. 2 days into my week. So from last whatever day I did my video, Wednesday, not too much happened. It's a lot louder than I thought it was. I love that song. It's Cough Syrup by Young the Giant. You need to go look it up. It's great. So on Wednesday, I did my video, and on Thursday, I was at home and I got bored and decided that I wanted to do some baking, so I was going to make some tofu cupcakes, and apparently my oven didn't like that idea as much as my boyfriend didn't, and it blew up on me, quite literally. And I've been having a pretty just crappy day, and I wasn't in a very good mood, and I've been kind of wishy-washy, I guess just unsatisfied anyways with things, and so I was having a not good night, and I was kind of like spiteful baking, and so I go and I turn on the oven and I throw in the first pan, or I hadn't even thrown in the first pan of brownies, or cupcakes, and the oven blew up. The heating element at the bottom had or something on it, and it actually blew up and started sparking, and there was a fire, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, but I didn't, because I'm here. And so that was always fun. That was fun. And then I was like so agitated. I don't even know what time that ended up happening, but I lost my phone in my kitchen somehow. And I was so agitated, I was pacing, and I don't know how long I was doing it for, but I feel like it was for quite a while. And all of a sudden Hoover walked through my front door, and I was like, okay, like what? And he's like, okay, it's Thursday, we're going to the Dryden's for comedy night. I was like, I did not feel like going, but I knew I needed to, otherwise I was going to be in a bad mood for the rest of the night. So he made me go out, and we went and watched The Office. Oh no, it was 9:30 when he got there, so we really didn't end up getting to the Dryden's until 9:45ish. So we stayed and watched the last part of Parks and Recreation and The Office, and that was good because I liked those. And then we hung out at the Dryden's for a little while, and then he took me home, and that was it. And then Friday was supposed to be my day off, but I told Chef that I'd go in and I could work from 9 to noon because I had a whole bunch of laundry to do, and then packing for my Jasper trip. And I ended up working 9 to 2:30. I was super thrilled about that. I got home at around 3, and Hoover came to pick me up at 4. No, I got home like 3:30, and then I don't know what happened, and then yeah, so he came to pick me up at 4, and I was not ready to go, so we ended up leaving my house at like 4:30, but I didn't forget anything, and so that was really nice. And so we went to the Guida house, and it was me and Hoover and Tim and Katie, and they were engaged, and Tim's little brother's father, sister, and sister's boyfriend. So we left the Guida house at around 5:15, and so they were all in one car, and then it was me, Tim, Katie, and Hoover in another car, and so we pretty much partied the whole way there, and stopped to get some Tim Hortons in some place, and that was really, really fun, and it was just a great drive. And then then we got to Jasper around 9:30, and because we had taken some pit stops along the way, and we ended up staying in a church, and I have some amazing pictures, but not that many because it was so friggin' full. I just did not feel like leaving my sleeping bag the whole time. Yawn. Oh, everything is so sore and tight, like my whole back and shoulders, like everything hurts. So we had some pizza, I think, for dinner, and then we kind of called it an early night, and we all slept on the floor in the church, which was really cool, and they had like a whole bunch of pads and stuff on the floor that we slept on. And then Saturday morning we woke up at around 8, and we all started getting ready to go, and at around 8:45 we left the house, or the church, and we went up to the ski hill, And Hoover's amazing and got me a pair of really sweet goggles. I think they're somewhere around here, but I can't seem to find them. So I'll show you guys those goggles later. They're actually really rad. They're turquoise on the outside and they have like sparkly, over there, sparkly gold insides, which I'm not overly thrilled with. If it was silver, it'd be a different story, but it's gold. So these are my boarding goggles. He got them for me. You can't really appreciate the sparkliness in this lighting. And Nancy, you'd appreciate this. And then, so we went snowboarding. So I had my own, all of my own snowboarding gear. Tim bought me, or gave me a pair of his old boarding boots, and I bought them off of him for 2 schooners of beer. And then I'm probably going to buy his board off of him. So he set it up goofy for me and everything was fantastic and it was fun. And so we got to the hill, and the first run of the day they decided that I needed to go up halfway up the mountain. So I was totally game and I ate shit the whole way down. Like I just kept falling. And I had Emerson on my back because Hoover also got, he buys me lots of things. Hoover also got me this really sweet board. He got me this really sweet bag for Emerson, and it fits a bunch of things in it. So I had him with me, and so I didn't take as many pictures as I wanted to because it was so bloody cold. And so the only thing I had to rent was a helmet, which was like $5, so that was really nice. So we spent 6.5 hours on the hill. I ended up going to the very top of the mountain at one point, and making it all the way down. Did give myself a minor concussion, no big deal. After getting my first concussion, I feel like I'm a pro at these things, so I'm not even worried about it. And so that was really cool. And then afterwards, we went home and we were all exhausted, like so tired. My legs were shaking because I was, you have to crouch down, bend your knees, lean forward, lean back, whatever, you have to do something. And then I kept trying to go backwards, so, like when you're going down the hill forwards, you're on your toe edge. And when you're going down forwards, you're on your toe edge. And when you're going down backwards, you're on your toe edge. I messed that up. Facing down the hill, you use your heels. When your back's towards the downhill, you use your toes. So in order to use your toes, you need to kind of bend your legs, or bend your knees and lean forward. Well, I kept bending my legs and leaning too far forward, and I'd fall down, and my knees are now completely bruised. I have a couple really good bruises. And by good, I mean terrible, because I just kept falling. And then afterwards, we went bar hopping. We're all exhausted. We all went bar hopping and went to 4 different bars, and some of them were really cool, like old taverns. And then the last one that we went to was kind of more modern. It's called Downstream, I think. And so that was really, really cool and really fun. Yawn. And then we went home and we all fell asleep. And then Sunday morning we were gonna go snowboarding again, but we were all so tired. And some of them were sick. I didn't get sick. So we decided not to go snowboarding. So we all ate breakfast, cleaned up, thanked the pastor, and started to go home. And then about an hour into the trip, Katie got violently ill, and we had to pull over, and she was puking in the bushes. It was minus 25 degrees Celsius. I'm so upset. I don't even care what that is in Fahrenheit, because I'm just disgusted by it. And so we got to some place that's right between Edmonton and Jasper, and Katie's like, I can't keep going, we need to get a hotel and spend some time here. So we ended up spending 2.5 hours in a hotel room. Katie slept on the bed, and we were all gonna go, or Tim, Hoover and I were gonna go look around the town of Edson, but I ended up falling asleep on the couch, and Hoover laid down on the floor, and Tim laid down beside Katie in the bed, and we all passed out for a few hours watching TV. So it was fun. We ended up getting home at about 5:30, and then I was tired, and Hoover was tired, and we ended up kind of not arguing, but I was just being a butthead, and he was being a butt, and so it ended up being that we both ended up just laughing about it. And so he stayed for a few hours and hung out, and we watched a movie, and just kind of relaxed, and then he went home. Then on Monday I had to get up and work because I was not even happy about that, and Monday was a pretty mediocre day. It was just me and Winder and Woo, who is our dishwasher, because our morning guy didn't show up. And then, so it was Monday. And then today, Tuesday, at 11, Kirk and Dawn came in. And that's our regional chef and our regional manager. And they just tore the restaurant apart. And Chef got fed up and quit. And so he handed in his 4 weeks notice. So pretty soon I'm going to be Red Seal-less, and so my apprenticeship will then no longer be valid there. All of the hours that I've gotten already, all of the achievements that I've done, those are all mine. I've done them already. But I'm not going to have a Red Seal chef anymore, so I don't even know if I'm going to stay at Brewster's. My whole life was just kind of like turned upside down. 2 of Hoover's friends got engaged last night, and Tim and Katie are engaged, and 2 other couples are engaged, and I pretty much said to Hoover, I'm like, don't, do not, I will say no, which is funny. It's more of a joke than actually me being sincere, and him actually thinking about it, but it was just, yeah, it had to be done. Anyways, my video is running long, as always. It's just been a very eventful week. I will be uploading pictures onto Facebook. I haven't even had time to watch anybody's, videos because I came home, I fell asleep for some reason, and then Hoover knocked on my bedroom door. Actually, he's like, Kenzie, seriously, we have to go. And I was like, boss! So we went to Bible study, and then I got home, and I'm making this video, and I'm exhausted. I have to work tomorrow. I'm going to get Thursday off, thank God. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to do on Thursday, so we'll see how that goes. So anyways, I love you guys very much. Happy January. Never mind. The soundtrack was brought to you by Young the Giant. I love you guys.